Have you ever looked around and felt like everyone your age has someone to laugh with, to hold hands with, to wake up beside? And then there's you, waking up alone, eating meals at a quiet table, watching TV in silence. Maybe it's because your spouse passed away, or because the relationship ended after many years, or maybe you never found that person. Either way, it's easy to feel like you're missing out on something everyone else seems to have. But here's the truth. Nobody tells you. Being without a partner after 65 doesn't mean being without joy, love, or purpose. In fact, many people find that once the pressure of relationships is gone, they finally have the chance to live life on their own terms. For the first time in decades, it's normal to feel a sense of grief or even guilt when life doesn't follow the path we expected. But happiness, real, lasting happiness, doesn't depend on having someone beside you. It depends on how you see yourself, how you use your time, and how you shape your days. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. In this long-form discussion, we're going to take a deep dive into 6 powerful mindset shifts that can help you stay emotionally fulfilled, self-assured, and truly happy, even without a romantic partner. These aren't fluffy ideas or toxic positivity. These are grounded, practical mental changes that can unlock a deeper kind of joy, one that doesn't depend on someone else to complete you. Let's begin with the first powerful shift. Mindset shift. 1. Being alone is not the same as being lonely. We often confuse being alone with being lonely, but they're not the same. Solitude can be a sanctuary, a time for reflection, creativity, peace. Loneliness is about lack. Solitude is about presence. You can be completely alone and feel content, even vibrant. Or you can be in a room full of people and feel more isolated than ever. The difference is internal. It's how you relate to yourself. So ask yourself honestly, do I enjoy being with me? It's a hard question if you've spent most of your life focused on others. But it's one of the most important ones you'll ever ask. Many people reach retirement age having lost touch with who they are beyond their roles: mother, spouse, caregiver, worker. But now, you get to reconnect with your own preferences, rhythms, and dreams. Take yourself out to lunch. Walk through a park at your own pace. Read a book without interruption. Reconnect with music you used to love. Explore new hobbies. This time is for you, and there is incredible freedom in that. You're not just independent, you're sovereign, and that sovereignty can be one of the most powerful gifts of this stage of life. Mindset. Shift number 2. You're not missing out. You're making space. Our culture often sends the message that being single, especially later in life, means you're missing something. That everyone else has figured out the secret to happiness, and you somehow didn't get the memo. But this is an illusion. Not every couple is thriving. Not every romantic relationship is fulfilling. Many people in partnerships feel deeply lonely. So don't romanticize the idea of companionship without recognizing its reality. When you don't have a partner, you don't have to compromise on how you spend your time, your money, your energy. There's no negotiating over what to watch on TV. No sharing a bed with someone who snores. No bending to someone else's schedule or emotional roller coasters. More importantly, not having a partner makes room for new possibilities, new friendships, hobbies, routines, even new forms of love that don't have to be romantic. It opens your life to exploration in a way that might have felt impossible before. So instead of thinking, I'm missing out, try telling yourself, I'm making space. This subtle shift in perspective can turn a sense of lack into an opportunity for renewal. Mindset shift number 3. Emotional fulfillment comes from within, not from a partner. One of the most common longings people express is, I just want someone to love me. And that's deeply human. But what if you realize that the person most capable of loving you is you? This isn't about self-help cliches or empty affirmations. It's about recognizing that the emotional validation and fulfillment you crave can begin with how you treat yourself. Do you speak to yourself with kindness? Do you celebrate your wins, comfort your losses, respect your needs? That's where true love begins. And when you turn that love inward, you start to build a solid emotional foundation. You feel more stable, more whole, more grounded in your worth. This doesn't mean you won't want companionship, but it means you won't depend on it for your sense of identity or peace. Emotional nourishment can come from creating something: art, music, stories, gardens. It can come from meaningful friendships or from volunteering, or simply from moments of awe and beauty in nature. Imagine your emotional life like a garden. You don't need someone else to water it. You just need to keep tending it, daily, gently, with intention. Mindset shift number 4. You are allowed to be happy. Without anyone's approval, many people, especially women, were raised with the idea that their worth comes from service, taking care of others, putting family first, sacrificing their own needs. So when those caregiving roles disappear, whether through children moving out or partners passing on, there's often a void, a voice that says, "Who am I if I'm not needed?" But here's the truth. You are allowed to be needed by yourself. You are allowed to be the center of your own life. To wake up and smile just because the morning light feels warm on your face. To laugh at a silly memory. To take joy in the taste of your tea or the softness of your favorite blanket. You don't need anyone's permission to feel proud of who you are or what you've lived through. You don't need your children's praise to feel valued. You don't need a partner's attention to feel radiant. There is deep power in recognizing that happiness is your birthright, not something you have to earn, not something you have to wait for someone else to give you, just yours, here and now. Let go of guilt, let go of shoulds. Step into your own delight. Mindset shift 5. Aging alone doesn't mean aging in isolation. One of the biggest fears about growing older without a partner is the fear of being totally alone. Who will help you if you fall? Who will talk to you every day? Who will be there when you need help? These are valid concerns, but they're not necessarily answered only through romance. What you need is community, and community doesn't always look the way you expect. Start by looking around you. Neighbors, friends, church members, people at the community center, even people you chat with in passing, the barista, the librarian, the person who walks there, dog when you do. These tiny connections form a web of support. They matter more than you realize. You don't need a spouse to feel connected. You just need connection. So take the first step. Invite someone for tea, join a local club, attend a free workshop, volunteer, and don't overlook technology. FaceTime. With your grandkids, join online groups, attend virtual classes. The modern world offers more ways to stay socially active than ever before. Community is a choice. You can create your own chosen family, one person at a time. Mindset shift number 6. This is your time to reinvent yourself. If you're over 65, you've probably spent most of your life meeting others' needs. Raising kids, supporting a spouse, building a career, managing a household. But now something incredible happens. The world gets quiet enough for you to hear your own voice again. What do you want now? You're not too old to start painting, or dancing, or learning Italian, or writing the novel you've always dreamed of. You can move to the coast, or travel to a city you've never seen, or start journaling your story, not for anyone else, but just for you. This is not a time of decline. It's a time of reawakening. Reinvention at this age is richer than it was at 25, because now you know who you are. You've survived. You've grown wise. You don't waste time on nonsense, and you get to choose, really choose, how your days unfold. Many seniors today are starting businesses, learning to play piano, becoming mentors, writing books, falling in love again with life. They've realized a truth that may just change your life. You don't need anyone's permission to start again. You are not half of a whole. You are already whole. You are not starting over. You're beginning again, with more tools, more courage, more clarity than ever before. And your happiness, it's not just possible, it's waiting. So wake up each day and ask yourself, what will I create with this time I've been given? You've already overcome so much. You've endured heartbreak. You've let go of dreams. You've rebuilt. You've grieved. And yet here you are, still breathing, still capable of joy. Some mornings may feel lonely. That's okay. Some nights may be quiet. That's real. But that quiet is not empty. It's sacred. It's the sound of your own life, unfolding just as it should. You don't need a partner to be alive. You just need to give yourself permission to live, because the greatest love story you'll ever have is the one you write with yourself. And it's not too late to begin.